My buddies and I had the bright idea to go to the Boundary Waters and try out winter camping. We quickly realized that A, we were running out of time, and B, we're not prepared for that. So instead, we settled for a nice little cabin weekend out of cell range. You can't tell me that a nice little weekend away from social media isn't enticing. Truth is, I've been feeling a bit like a zombie lately, just completely and utterly addicted to social media and just glued to my phone. I feel like themes pop up in life from time to time, just leaving little reminders and clues as to what you should be going, or little nudges to get you on the right track. So at a point when my focus and productivity in my life was at an all-time low, this is very much needed. You know, you're up north when you think 15 degrees is not cold. If you're not familiar with the Boundary Waters, it is a protected national park that borders Minnesota and Canada, and it is one of, if not the most peaceful places I've ever been. And I've never actually been there in the winter before this. It is gorgeous up here. It's a little colder than Minneapolis, but that's okay. Now, around the same time, I found a book that I had bought and forgot about called Deep Work, and it's essentially about locking in and doing the work that you're meant to do. It's basically saying that multitasking is the enemy, and if there's anything that needs to get done that's not surface level, it should be done distraction-free. Something I learned from deep work is that there is something called attention residue. Now, there have been studies that have been done that say that when you move from one task to another, or essentially task switch, there is a little piece of the previous task that trails along to the next one, which is, again, why it's so important to stop multitasking and try to single task. I mean, especially if that previous task is unfinished, right? Think of all that extra processing power that's being utilized for the previous task. Now, in this case, I'm just hanging with my buddies, right? So it's not that important, but at least I wasn't doing that half listening, half looking at my phone bullshit. I mean, it's really annoying, let's be honest. So we don't have running water, so this is how we're brushing our teeth. It's like a good first step for winter camping. There you go, Pop. Now, since we were so remote and it was so cold, we didn't have running water because the cabin sits above the ground. So I'm here to tell you, you don't know vulnerability until you've shit in a bucket and it's -3 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, my biggest takeaway from deep work is to schedule my social media time. And I don't mean like actually schedule it in the calendar, but I mean, when I go on social or go on my phone, I'm gonna actually set a timer, and when it's done, I'm done. And also, I should say, take what the book says with a grain of salt, because it actually says to quit social media altogether. And if you run an online business or you're a creator of any kind, it's just not possible. The sentiment is there, but just needs a few updates. All in all, 10 out of 10 trip with the boys and the pups. Highly, highly recommend finding a place to unplug. Even if you can't get out of cell service, at least just putting the phone away for a while. It's huge for your mental health. At least mine, anyway. But that's all for this one. See you next time.